Yeah, and certainly the fracturing of the media environment, the use of algorithms has made all of this much more difficult. It does seem that we are all in sort of segmented realities in terms of how we understand what is happening. And unfortunately, it appears that I think a lot of this is going to come down to us as a citizenry. Are we educated? Are we aware? Are we, as educated voters, able to break through past this moment in history and potentially start to restore some sort of sense of a shared purpose, either as a nation or as a people, and a shared moral framework that we can at least understand and have conversations with one another. My sense is when I have conversations with anyone who is in MAGA world, often they are very nice conversations because I do not go into those conversations with any, I don't want to change a mind. I want to get to know that person. And often, I mean, it is a source, again, just like the WWE, it is a source of community, that these are people who have found a community in that space. And so that is how they are approaching it, largely less than maybe an ideological position that they've ended up in. So it's a very difficult balance. And, my sense is we potentially need more content that just, more entertaining content that exists outside of the MAGA kayfabe world, or outside of even the day-to-day. And so I think of The Onion acquiring InfoWars and bringing on Tim Heidecker to be a part of that potentially. I think of things like alternate reality games, which can be immersive ways to experience storytelling. Things like D&D, like ways just for us to reconnect outside of the political sphere and potentially have conversations that are not grounded in, for some reason, this guy we've been talking about now. I think we're all very, very tired of talking about, a certain way of thinking. And there are ways to start to do that. There are people who have talked about this. I'd shout out Douglas Rushkoff and Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison, the comic book artist, had a conversation about this. Sort of how do we start to create a different reality, one that isn't controlled by these strange tech billionaires. And then I want to mention the Irish satirist and musician, Blind Boy Boat Club, who has talked at length sort of about professional wrestling and kayfabe and how it's been utilized by politicians as well. So there are people who have been talking about this, and it's just one framework potentially to understand one or two ways that it hooks you in, and you think I could write it better if I just could get there, I could do it. But they keep zigging when I zag, So it is this difficult balance for sure.